Welcome to Unfiltered with C&C. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Cor. This is a podcast where TikTok drama gets recorded, true crime gets discussed, and real guests spill the kind of tea you won't hear anywhere else. Today we're breaking down the controversy surrounding TikTok creator Tim Coles, from the claims fueling the backlash to the loyal fan base that continues to defend him. We explore what sparked the drama, why his content divides the internet, and what his story reveals about authenticity and responsibility on TikTok.
Before we get into today's episode, we would like to give a trigger warning. This episode contains discussions about sensitive topics, including emotional and psychological abuse and accusations of domestic violence and sexual assault, which may be upsetting or triggering to some listeners. Please take care of yourself and feel free to skip this episode if needs be.
So if you're not really just on TikTok, you're probably thinking, who's Tim Coles? He's a 42-year-old man who's from Bristol. I think he's originally from Bath, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that's where his family are located. He also classes himself as a motivational speaker and an actor on his social media.
So he is divorced and currently single, and he has been for 3 years. And from what we know, he does have at least 2 children from the previous relationship.
Now, we're not exactly sure when he first started his social media journey, but the earliest date that we've got for account creation was in 2021, and that was originally on Facebook. And he currently has 1.8 million followers on Facebook as it stands today. He also has 565k on Instagram and 2.9 million followers on TikTok. He's also got a Cameo with a starting price of $29.72, which he sends personalised videos for birthdays, engagements, etc, etc.
So Tim does go live on TikTok almost daily to give relationship advice, and he also does battles with a lot of other creators, some that you probably have seen. I'm not going to name them, but that is something that he also does, which he is very well known for. He's also known for doing motivational videos that are targeted towards women who have been in domestic violence relationships and involved with narcissistic people. He also does some men's mental health awareness videos, but if you have been on TikTok and seen Tim Coles, you have more than likely seen a video of him sitting in his car screaming at the phone.
It's not fucking okay! It's not okay!
I think that's all he does at this point.
It is. Just sits there screaming.
She misses you. She misses you!
Literally.
When it comes to drama and controversies on TikTok, Tim doesn't shy away from them. The first one being the Memeulous versus Tim controversy. So, just under a year back, Memeulous... Is it Memeulous?
Memeulous, yeah.
Okay. So, just under a year ago, Memeulous called Tim out on a YouTube video, calling his videos strange and ridiculous, which they are. He called him out on the videos he makes and how he sits screaming in his car and making thirst trap videos, which, if you're on TikTok, you've seen it. I don't need to say anything else about that. As to which Tim responded to Memeulous with making insane accusations towards him, saying he probably abuses his wife, bearing in mind Memeulous doesn't have a wife. To this, he also proposed a charity boxing match. Memeulous just laughed about it and said, no one's going to watch that. Who's going to spend their evening watching a Memeulous fight with some bloke in his 40s who screams in his car? Which is fair enough, that's funny. Like, to be fair, I probably would watch it just to laugh at Tim. Tim said that Memeulous isn't a talented creator because he steals content and that's how he makes a living. And I think this is crazy because obviously Memeulous doesn't have a wife. He stated this in the video that he done about Tim. And for Tim to just go out there and accuse him and say that he probably abuses his wife just because he called him out on shit videos, like, it's ridiculous. Like, imagine me just turning around to court like, oh, court's called me out in a video, I'm gonna want to do a boxing match with you.
Literally. He did turn around in his video as well and he said that it was all okay because he probably...
Yeah, it's all okay because he probably abuses his wife.
Yeah.
And Memeulous was like, well, that's funny because I don't even have a wife.
Literally. I just think it's disgusting how he can make accusations like that over someone calling your video out.
And to propose a charity match from this.
I know. It's just a publicity stunt, really.
Yeah, like, no.
That's what he wants out of it. But it's actually going to be coming from the real beef.
I don't think anybody would want to sit and watch a charity match of two blokes just beefing, like.
I don't think anyone wants to watch Tim Cole's fight, to be honest.
No, no, it's just It would just be boring. It would just be Tim in the ring saying like, "Oh, you batter your wife," and
He'll start screaming at him.
yeah,
Using his words to fight him.
this is not you.
Literally, that's exactly what he'll do.
Right, moving on, we do have the second controversy, which Court is going to talk about now.
So this happened a few months ago, and it was absolutely all over TikTok, and I mean like everywhere. Like the Memeulous one wasn't as known as this because this was happening live and in the moment, because it was just all over everyone's live videos, and it was honestly crazy. And this was against and this was between Top Tier King and obviously Tim. Top Tier King, who is known as Aaron, he claims that people in his agency had teamed up with each other to go against him, as they were also in alliance with Tim, who was the CEO of the agency at the time. And Tim decided to go live and he put Aaron's name on blast, and he was calling him an abuser and a narcissist and all different kinds of things, which I think is just like horrible. And obviously he's got past this now as well.
Yeah.
Like with the whole Memeulous thing as well. So the fact that he's going against somebody else, trying to use his power and his following to take someone else down, I just think it's bang out of order.
It's just accusations. Like Tim just loves to throw accusations out.
Yeah, I think that's his whole personality. Is just throwing accusations and screaming in his car, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's all he's got going for him, really. Yeah. I think at this point. Anyway, so Tim went into the live with the girl who originally made the accusations and got into the box to encourage the accusation against Aaron to be made more well known. And these lives became a daily occurrence, and obviously it took a toll on Aaron's mental health. And he used his following to make an attempt at taking Aaron down.
Which is crazy.
Oh, 100%.
So I think if the accusations were true, fair enough, use your publicity to out it.
Yeah.
But it was a false claim, and Tim shouldn't have put Aaron's name on blast like that.
Yeah. Well, the girl also on the video, like on all the live videos, she was basically talking about how he was like hitting her and like never cooking, never cleaning, because he went to go and live with her for a bit. I can't remember the reason why, because obviously this is basically like pretty much from memory of what happened. And he was just fighting his corner every single day, and it was genuinely heartbreaking to watch. Like it were, he ended up ringing the police on him, like on himself.
Yeah.
And obviously no one wants, like, you know, he's literally sat there trying to defend his corner, and these people are still coming at him time and time again. Like it's not. I don't think anyone would want to go through that.
I can't imagine how awful that must be and how much of a toll it takes on your mental health, having like so many people on social media ganging up against you for something that didn't even happen in the first place.
Yeah, literally. And it's just because he's got a criminal record. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That was the only reason they went against him. I don't know why it was all made up. Like, some of it could have been the truth. Like, you know, like, you don't fully know someone's true intentions, but I think it, genuinely, from my personal opinion, I think it was just all for clout.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. He could have, you know, nobody knows what, like, if someone was getting physically abused, mentally abused, but I think we know for a fact that the SA claim was false.
Yeah.
So to put someone on blast for that, knowing it was incorrect, is just crap. So, speaking of agencies, Tim does have his own, as we previously mentioned. People have come forward after leaving that agency explaining things Tim had done to them whilst in the agency. Someone claimed him to be very flirtatious and manipulative, making her feel very uncomfortable. And even when she mentioned that she did have a partner, he still continued with the flirtatious behaviour. She said that there is nothing professional about him at all. And I mean, me and Court know each other because we came from the same agency. So we know what it's like to be get involved in an agency that just has drama, and you know, it's just agencies in general, you know, like especially having Tim as an
No,
agency
yeah.
owner. Like, imagine.
I wouldn't be able to take him seriously. If he's ringing me up saying, "Oh, you need to hit this diamond count," no, I'm sorry, no. You shout in your car for a living.
Like, I tell you what, Court, you need to upload a video, right? And I know it's going to get some really good views and interactions. Do you want to know what it's going to be? You need to sit in your car and shout whilst you're not wearing a top.
I think that will get the views. I think it'll also get me banned.
But like, imagine, like that would be what Tim Cole would do. He'd be like,
Yeah.
you need to go and sit in your car and pretend to be really angry over something that you don't actually believe in.
Yeah. Well, it's like, just going back to Aaron, top tier king. He was actually Tim's top earner at the time as well.
Yeah.
And then he left the agency. And I think it all came out of spite.
Yeah, definitely. Like, with our old agency, when people have left, stuff's happened just out of spite because they've left. Like,
Yeah.
it happens. I mean, it shouldn't, but
It does.
yeah. Unfortunately, Tim being Tim and having an agency, it's going to happen. Like, it's just,
Yeah. I don't really see him as like manager material.
yeah, no. If that's still an agency in a year, claps to him. Because I don't think it will be.
No. I think he's just going off his diamond count instead of his actual team's diamond count.
Yeah, because he's under his own agency as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So whatever he's earning will be going towards extra earnings from TikTok.
Now, any time that Tim's involved with drama, he'll accuse whoever is going against him as being clout chasers or wanting followers or publicity. And then he'll play the victim, and literally in every single scenario, he'll just call everyone, make an attempt to call everyone out. And then going back to his live videos, he also attempts to dance seductively on his lives.
This feeling is amazing.
Oh my god, I can't. Because the videos that I've seen when I've literally been scrolling the For You page and that's come up and I see a 42-year-old man topless attempting to dance.
I've scrolled past
Like
this
that.
when I was doing
I
a
can't.
little bit of research.
It actually knocks me sick.
I scrolled past
Have you seen it?
Yeah, him on live, and he was just like dancing like he was on Magic Mike, and I was just like, this is a major ick.
I think that's what he thinks he's on though.
Yeah, he definitely thinks he's part of Magic Mike.
Oh, I can't. Honestly, it's so cringy. I hate it. I actually hate it. It scares me. Like, no wonder these people are turning around and they're like, oh, well, he's a bit cringe. And then he goes and does something like that.
But the thing is, imagine when his kids are like 18, like, and old enough to be going on TikTok in their own time, and they
That's the
scroll
thing.
past and see their dad.
Yeah, but that's the thing. His daughter is.
Oh God, no.
I'm sure he said that his daughter's one of his daughters is 17. And she sees all of his content and sees all the hate that he gets. But when you click on his videos, it's literally nothing but love. And it's all these women that are like, oh my...
delete all the negative comments, probably.
Well, yeah, probably. He's probably filtered them all.
Yeah.
To make himself look better.
But I'm not gonna lie, if my dad's coming up 60, and if I seen him dancing like that on social media, he wouldn't be my dad anymore, I tell you that. Like, I'm not having it.
I'd be going to children's services myself. Hand myself in.
Honestly, like, I just couldn't imagine it.
Oh
Then
no.
all the women that sit in there as well, they're like, a lot of them are like not older women, but like in their 30s or 40s and things like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're all like swooning over him and his comments
Yeah,
and his life.
yeah,
And I'm just
exactly.
like, just can you see through some clear glass, please? Put some glasses on.
Literally. It's so strange. I don't understand, like, how he's getting the views. But then again, if you look at his most recent TikToks, he's not.
Yeah.
And that's why people think that his following's not authentic. Because people have said that. That's what I mean. People have said that. There's been a lot of people that have said it.
Cause it's not just him that does it. Like someone else that we're covering in the future, they also buy their followers. So it's not like it's not something that would be. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. When I wanted to start going live on TikTok, I bought my first lot of followers just so I'd start going live.
Did you?
Yeah, like it was only like 100 or something, so I would get my actual like
Yeah.
my live access. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I had to, otherwise I couldn't get live because nobody knew who I was to be able to get followers. But
Oh yeah.
for the likes of Tim and who we're going to be covering next episode, like you've already got loads of followers. You don't need to be buying like extra followers. I mean, he might not be, but if he is, then shame on him.
Well, it definitely seems like it because half of his videos don't even hit like 10K.
Yeah, do you know what's funny? I noticed that, like, even smaller creators, like, their views are really, really, really high, in like 45, 50k views, and it's got like 100 likes, and I'm like, you have bought them views, 100%.
Yeah. Literally. It's crazy.
He created a post saying that if people don't start engaging with his content, he'll unfollow them.
The reason my content's getting low views is because of my mutual friends. When I first post, it kicks it out to all my mutual friends and followers. And if you're not engaging or interacting and you just scroll past, the algorithm reads the post is no good and it's not going to perform at all. I'm going to go through my friends, my followers and my mutuals, and I'm going to drastically reduce the number of people that I'm mutuals with. And if after that point my mutuals aren't interacting or engaging with my content, I'm going to unfollow. I'm going to unfollow you.
Which, again, is crazy. Like, you're not supposed to follow people so they engage with you. People engage with you because they like your content.
Yeah.
Like, he shouldn't be following people back because they followed him, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he turned around and he said he said on the video that videos get pushed out to the friends first, and if they're not engaging, then his videos can't blow up. Basically,
but that's
it's
not
what
right.
I know, but that's the type of person we're talking about.
Like, if you're on the FYP, because I'd never go on my friend's page. I'm
Oh
always
no.
on the FYP. I never see anybody's posts.
No.
It's all
No.
just random posts. So like, he can't blame his friends and like followers and things like that to not be engaging. Like, the engagement is it's luck of the draw with TikTok. So Tim does speak a lot about his ex-wife, explaining how they've not been together for 3 years, and he also speaks about his children. Which to me, if he's talking about his ex-wife still constantly, and posting these posts where he's like, I'm single, this is this, this is that, if you match this subscription, message me, DM me, and I'm like, if you really want a new person in your life, why are you still constantly talking about your ex-partner?
Yeah. It's not even the fact that he says nice things about it. Like, everything is nasty that he says about her.
Yeah.
He'll turn around and be like, oh, she used me for this and she did that and she's manipulative. And I'm just like, stop trying to get sympathy from these vulnerable women that you've lured in.
Like,
it's wrong.
At one point, he loved that woman. He had children with that woman, got married to her. Like, I know there is some times where people get married and there is situations going on.
Yeah.
But you're talking shit about somebody who you loved and loved you and had children with you. Like, and 3 years later is still talking shit. You'd think if they were divorced and happily divorced. 3 years later, he wouldn't be stuck and talking about it. So many people who have viewed his videos have labelled him as the man who shouts and screams in his car, being overly expressive and cringe, which he is. If you video, you can agree. Apparently he leads on vulnerable women and then cries they're obsessed. That is a comment, that's a quote, which speaks for itself. Many people say he's narcissistic and manipulative, so again that goes on with the leading vulnerable women on and cries that they're obsessive, because he manipulates these women into falling for him, that sort of thing, and then when it turns to the women figuring out what's going on and calling them out, he then turns around and says, oh, they're obsessive, like,
Yeah.
they constantly wanted me, like that sort of thing. It's weird behaviour.
That's also a phrase that he uses a lot. Oh, you just want me. That's what he says all the time, especially when he's doing like quiet games and stuff with people, like the banter battles, whatever you want. That's what he says. Like, obviously, I understand that it's like, you know, it's you've got to, well, not got to, but
you've got to push the live battles out to get what you need from them, but
yeah,
there's a certain way to do it, and Tim Cole saying that everybody wants him is not the way.
no, not at all. I don't think anyone wants him at this point. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why he's still single.
Yeah. Now, there has been accusations that have been made about him scamming vulnerable women, and some people actually say that he is emotionally abusing his viewers as well, which, to be honest, I can kind of get behind in a way, because he doesn't seem as authentic as like people who are very big on mental health, and seeing how big he is on like mental health and how much he promotes it, he doesn't seem as genuine as some other creators that have less following.
Yeah, I think with the emotionally abusive stuff as well, or not was it manipulative, it's like that whole if you don't do this I'll unfollow you thing.
Yeah.
So then everybody feels like even if they don't like his content, they've got to interact with it.
They feel obligated to do it.
Yeah, which isn't what that's not what TikTok is. You interact with things that you like, not because you're scared to get unfollowed by someone that you for some reason enjoy watching.
Yeah, I think he's just obsessed with the money.
Yeah, and himself.
I'm going to say fair enough. Like, I can get behind it. We all love money.
Yeah.
But there's loving money, and then there's taking it a step further and having to try and take control of your viewers in order to get money.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
Literally. Exactly what he's doing.
I think it's obvious for everyone to see as well, which makes it worse. Because he's not even trying to hide it.
It's obvious for everybody apart from his little group that he has under his like spell.
Yeah, all of his mods. It's his moderators. It's all his moderators. Because there's actually, obviously I won't name names, but there is a moderator of his who I believe she has autism. And obviously she's like very involved, and like he's very like he's overly nice with her and stuff like that. And she's actually started making the same type of videos as him.
Yeah.
Because of him. And she'll give him like shout outs on her videos and stuff.
Yeah, which at the end of the day could get her hate.
Oh, it does.
In the long run, yeah, like
it does.
And if she's autistic, it depends on like obviously what level of the spectrum she's on. But if she's like on quite a higher level of the spectrum, getting all the hate, she's not going to understand that. She's not going to understand that she's getting hate because she's supporting someone who shouldn't be supported. She's going to think that everybody genuinely hates her.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
Yeah, it is. But that's what he's driving his mods to do, realistically. Because all the money that she gets, usually when, like, obviously I've been in his lives a few times, and usually, like, when he was doing, like, grow lives and stuff, because that's what he started out doing on TikTok, which obviously you go and, like, grow your account, whatever, and she would always be the #1 gifter.
Yeah.
which is a shame, really, because he'd always come out with it with like probably 160, 170k diamonds, if not more.
That's crazy.
But and so she's basically sending him like what would be like 2-3 universes worth.
That's so sad. Like,
Oh,
if she doesn't work, and obviously she's getting like help from the government and things, that's like all of her money that she's
yeah.
getting from the government going on Tim
And
Coles.
just giving it to someone who screams in his car. But for what reason? Like, I don't understand.
That is really sad.
It is. It really is. It's terrifying in a way though as well.
Yeah, that somebody can just be manipulated so easily over an online app.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like scary.
it boggles my brain. It really does.
Literally.
So whilst we were researching Tim, we actually found some news articles against somebody called Rael.
I think so, yeah.
Rael? It's Rael. Anthony Coles, who was 38, who we believe was Tim's brother, or is Tim's brother. He pleaded guilty to harassing a woman in Bath and elsewhere between June the 7th, 2019 and December 25th, 2019. He also pleaded guilty to sending messages to two people, knowing or believing that there were witnesses in the proceedings for the offence, in an effort to intimidate them, also in Bath and in the other location, which we don't know that other location. He was, sentenced to 40 weeks in prison, told to pay £115 to the victim services, instructed to obey a restraining order. So, you know, as I said to court earlier, like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree if it is his brother. His brother has been found guilty of harassing a woman. Tim Coles is a massive manipulator to women.
Yes.
Women. And
It just seems like it runs in the family.
yeah, like you never know. Like, what we see from Tim Coles is what we see, but there could be so much more going on behind closed doors as well. Like, I'm not saying that there is, but you know, bearing in mind all the accusations that have come out against Tim Coles for the harassment, all the accusations he makes against other people as well in regards to abusing women, and then it turns out that his brother was sentenced for harassing a woman, says it all to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and we didn't even go searching for this. We just, I think, because Court done the research for this little bit.
I literally stumbled across it on a TikTok video.
Yeah, like.
And then I went online to go and like make sure it was a valid article, and it was.
Yeah, like, we didn't go like properly searching for all of Tim Cole's life. Like, this is easy to find.
Yeah. All on TikTok. Every single bit of it. And there's videos literally coming out every single day against him. Of how manipulative he is. And how creepy he is. Because he is creepy.
Speaking of creepy as well, Court actually has her own personal story with Tim Coles, like an interaction with Tim Coles, which I think is funny. But anyways, on to you.
So, I first saw him on Facebook quite a few years ago. I didn't really watch his content because I thought it was just like the cringiest thing ever, as everyone does now as well. I got a TikTok account late 2024, and his videos started popping up on my For You page. Obviously, I'd literally forgot about him at this point. Like, he just like left my brain. But yeah, so one of his videos popped up on my For You page, and he was live. So I went in the live. And I said hi and stuff, and he ended up clicking on like my profile, and obviously you can see like your profile picture and like your bio and everything. And he literally looked at my photo, and he was like, "Oh, like, aren't you a good-looking girl?" and all this, and I was like, "Okay, you're weird." Like you've just said you're 42, and then you've said, bear in mind, I had my age in my bio at the time, so it literally said that I was 24 in my bio, and he's there like, yeah, you look really good. Yeah, you really like attractive, basically. Obviously, I didn't really think anything of it. I just kind of left the live and didn't go back in. But then I kept seeing his, like, obviously once you view someone's profile, you'll start to see more on your For You page. So it was just constantly videos of this guy shouting all the way down my For You page, and I just scroll past him every time. And then fast forward a few months, I was on a creators live, obviously not mentioning the name, but they were co-hosting with Tim at the time for some obviously quiet games and banter battles, which obviously we've mentioned previously. And he'd seen that I was on the other side, and he proceeded to call me out. Now, obviously, in these battles, you'd expect them to call the other side out. That's the whole part of the battle. It's just like a little bit, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Like you just...
all the creators that do battles, it's like, oh, look at this person, like, they're just sitting there watching you on, like, all this, like, it's part of the game, like, that is what a quiet game is. It's to get the other party to get the least points and be quiet, and when they are quiet, you call out their other team.
Usually in these battles, you'd call out the other side saying things like, your team's gone broke, or you sat on bus numbers, or are you going to play the game, like trying to encourage the other side to play. And obviously spend money in sending gifts just to increase their score. Instead, he turned around to me and said that I was a bike and I got around. He also said that the only reason that I have money is because I sleep with everyone.
Which, when you told me this, I was like, first off, if you were sleeping with everybody in your little village,
yeah,
how would he know that? He doesn't personally know you.
Well, I'm from way up north and he's from way down south.
Exactly. So, like, again, he is just making accusations to someone because he doesn't like what they're doing.
Yeah, just because I was on someone else's side apart from his. Which, bear in mind, I'd barely been in his lives.
Just saying that you sleep with everyone is fucking crazy.
I know, it is. Like, it actually is like, who do you actually think you are?
I get the whole, like, if it was like, oh, coach, you're just sitting there watching, like, blah, 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 but you're a bike. You sleep with everybody. The only reason you have money is because you sleep with everybody. It's crazy. Like...
You can't help but laugh about it, though, because how many accusations is he actually going to throw out until he gets bored?
I don't think there's going to be a point that he gets bored, to be honest with
No.
you. Like, he's just going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it until something bad comes of it. And even when something bad comes of it, you'll probably just say, like, oh, they're only doing it because they want me. Like,
literally, that is exactly what he says.
Like, the man's calling me out as a straight man, but he wants me. Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Well, he turned around on the same live and he said something, and oh my gosh, it was actually disgusting. He basically turned around and said all of the other side's, like, viewers, all the women over there were wet over him.
Oh, no, lovely.
I'm sorry? It was like, oh, he just kept saying, oh, you need a wet floor sign.
That's
Oh,
exactly
you've made a puddle. And I'm like, no one wants you. This is why you're single.
And that's exactly what you should not see on a children's app.
Exactly. And bear in mind, he does under 18 lives.
Yeah, like...
They're all under 18, and he's also going back to the seductive dancing as well, because I've just remembered about this. He had a 17-year-old in his live. And he was well aware of it, but he continued to dance that way with his top off.
See, like, me and you, we do under 18 lives, but
as
soon as we notice that somebody under 18 is in our life, we block them.
Yeah, well, it was like the other day with mine.
Yeah. Like, Tim Cole's just... It seems like bigger creators do not give a fuck who's in their life as long as the numbers are there.
Yeah, that's all he cares about. Literally numbers and money.
Yeah, honestly, like, I think it gets to a point where what else is he going to risk just for a bit of money?
Literally. It's weird.
And with all that being said, we have come to the end of this episode. It's been a roller coaster for sure, bearing in mind it's our first episode that we filmed. There was a lot going on before this that we had... It took us an hour to get this video set up, never mind start recording. So, yeah, this has been Unfiltered with C&C.
Make sure you drop a follow so you never miss another episode. We've been your hosts, Court and Caitlin, and we'll see you on the next one.